The rest of football is staying on Netflix, and when I said the other day that fans are experiencing football through the creator economy, I didn't just mean TikTokers and YouTubers and so on, I also meant this. So on the one hand, you've got traditional broadcasters like BBC and ITV, and as we go into the Premier League, it will be Sky Sports and TNT Sports and so on, and those of course aren't free to air. But on the other end of the spectrum, you've got social media, which is completely free to use. The enormous size of the creator economy means that creators now have unprecedented access to sports, and that means that fans can experience a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that's going on around the game through free social media use. Streamers are more usually toward this side, but with Netflix now taking this move into the podcasting world, it sits somewhere in the middle. Global spending on sports media rights is set to surpass $78 billion by 2030. Did you think Netflix was not going to try and cash in on that some way, somehow? They clearly see the value in sport, which is why they've been pushing their Untold series. It's why they've bought the rights to the Women's World Cup next year. It's why they've launched an in-app game with FIFA. I feel like stepping into the podcast arena was the natural next step, because they're not going to be able to buy the rights to the Premier League to show the matches off the likes of Sky Sports. It's just not happening. But although they can't compete with traditional broadcasters in that way, they can tap into the conversations that are happening around football. And you can do that through various types of content, right? I think podcasting was the natural way to go, but we all know that there are an abundance of football podcasts. They could have picked anyone to do this. But Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer, and Micah Richards have this pedigree as actual broadcasters as well as being de facto podcasters. And they're ex-pros, so they have something extra to bring to the table that adds a bit more value for the audience. The Rest is Football spent every day of its World Cup run in the top 10 in the UK. And it even reached number 1. I don't think it's surprising that this is a format that works. And I also don't think this is an attempt to take away from traditional broadcasters, because they're doing something a little bit different. But to me, this feels like such a natural progression in the world of sports media. I think it shows that the biggest battle in sports media right now isn't necessarily trying to get the rights to show the matches, because it's actually over who owns everything that happens before kickoff and after the final whistle. That is expensive property.